What's up, guys? Alberto here.
And we did it! We did it!
Ooh, that's a tight space with my microphone cable. We did it. Literally, no one, okay, a handful. No one else, though, believed. But we believed. And that's all we needed. We had a chip on our shoulder the entire season. Oh, as soon as something messed up, oh, is Brady really still got it? Oh, what's up with this whole Bruce Arians, Tom Brady? Do they get along? Do they not like each other? Why is Bruce, throwing Brady under the bus? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. They can talk. My jersey doesn't, with the Super Bowl patch right here, hasn't come in yet. You know, I ordered it last week. You know how it is. But, yeah. I mean, we the champs. We are Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay. The Tampa Bay Champions. I mean, that last one sounded weird. But I'm going to break it down, right? First of all, Chiefs have 0 touchdowns. That, to everyone's surprise, is wild. Honestly, this game was all about the pass rush. They got it done with 4 guys. Oh, but Alberto, like, it's not fair because you're down with 3 offensive linemen. The Chiefs were. Doesn't matter. Team's supposed to have depth. Team's supposed to have talent to replace the next man up mentality, and teams are supposed to scheme around it with different plays. And Andy Reid is one of the best. And there's no argument. When it comes to scheming different weaknesses and maximizing talent, Andy Reid is one of the best. And tonight just flat out didn't happen. Alberto, what about the penalties in the first half? They were all pro Tampa Bay. Okay, explain the second half. What about all those penalties? Sure, I'll even admit there was 1 or 2 that you could have said, that really need to be called. And that was people were bitching about at halftime. Some of these calls, there's too much laundry on the field. When you need to feel like you need to call it, you feel like you need to call it. Second half, the Warriors not as many penalties, so I feel like that argument should go out the window. They just flat out, literally just fell flat on their face, and Patrick Mahomes could, as much as he tried, and he pretty much did put the entire team on his back multiple times. They literally just fell, literally off their face, or just that short of the infield line, or what's on the out of bounds, and that was a difference maker. The stat line that I think explains the most out of what happened was what's that stat line that's keep going around by Pro Football Focus? 497 yards Patrick Mahomes ran when under pressure on a sack in total. Not, including his own rushing yards, because he had 33 rushing yards in the Super Bowl, which is wild, first off. And look on the offensive side. Yeah, Brady got MVP, but really didn't do much. He was efficient with the ball, 21 for 29, 200 yards, almost even, 201, with 3 touchdowns. He just threw where it was open. And, Brady only tossed it to his guys. Gronk was wide open on both of those plays. Brown just out-routed, I guess if you could say. Just his route was just that crisp that Tyrann Mathieu got thrown off. I'm pretty sure it was Tyrann Mathieu. I'm gonna look at the replay real fast. That's not the replay. That's not the replay. That's here we go. 10 seconds in the half. Just literally, it was an out and in route, and yes, that was Tyrann Mathieu. Just literally a quick little in 2 steps, convert the body to the outside, make the safety bite, and then yeet it over here. That was it. It was a really good route, wide open. Brady put it where it had to go, and it was a touchdown. And as much as I don't like Antonio Brown as a person, he didn't do anything wrong when he got signed and sent. So he earned that right because he didn't get in trouble, didn't run his mouth. Was the things he said early in the season scripted? Absolutely. Like horribly scripted, like duh. That's what he was told to say and stuff like that. But that's neither here nor there. Everybody who needed to show up at their moments did on offense. Like Mike had 1 catch. He had 1 catch, and that was the 31 yards that got them with that Antonio Brown, I believe, touchdown, or the second Gronkowski touchdown. Chris Godwin didn't really have a good game. Cameron Brate targeted 3 times, got all 3 for 26 yards. He needed to show up when he needed to. Playoff Lenny! Caught all 4 receptions when he needed to. And that was the point. Like, his guys were targeted the most. Okay, let's see. Who had the most targets? Gronkowski, Fournette, Gronkowski, then Antonio Brown, and then Fournette. Yeah, passing wise. But Ronald Jones had almost. When both of your running backs get 5 yards to carry, that's just when you know you're dominating in the trenches. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do. Like when players needed to show up, they showed up, and this is doubly true on the defensive side of the ball because they showed out as much as they didn't get to get Patrick Mahomes on the ground because he's that much of a freak athlete. They got him rattled. Like that's just a fact with how many times he has. I mean, that stat, 497 yards, just running around, avoiding the sack. That's a whole offensive day. That's literally about as much as both teams combined passing, if not more. And they just schemed well against it. Like, that's it. And there's really not much to say other than that, right? Because it was just a defensive battle. Like, you can say what you want about the penalties, you can say what you want, but there was, outside of Travis Kelce, there was no one or nowhere Patrick Mahomes could get the ball out of his hands fast enough. And that is a telltale sign of how good a front is. I'm not going to do another Alberto Sports Talk this week. I'm going to bask in the glory. And then we're going to have some draft talk and free agency talk. Because March is around the corner. Free agency starts around the corner in March. I'm planning to do maybe at least 2 teams, looking at 2 NFL teams and what they need draft-wise, free agency-wise, and we'll honestly cover different big signings during the week when that happens. There's nothing really new on the what's it called, so early in the week 'cause I'm uploading this on a Monday because it's a day after the Super Bowl, and I'm gonna enjoy it. I was 7 years old. Actually, I think I was still 6 because it happened in late January, February. So yeah, I was 6 years old when the Buccaneers won their first Super Bowl. I was told by my parents to go upstairs after halftime and go to bed because I had school in the morning. So I never got that same experience. I can tell you I've watched that Super Bowl hundreds of times afterwards growing up because I'm like, man, this is what I miss. Man, I had neighbors and friends and family in the house. Obviously, we didn't have that this year because of the pandemic, but I got this feeling for the first time in my life because up till then, like it was a mystery, and I slept what most people couldn't sleep. I slept good because I know my ass had to get up this morning 6 o'clock for work, but just I hope this feeling doesn't go away soon, especially not when I get my Super Bowl gear. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I know this is one of those shorter sports talks, but I'm just hyped. I'm just gonna relax for the rest of the week. I'm gonna start writing down. By the way, I have my predictions and my buddy Zero's predictions. Yeah, nowhere close. Nowhere. See you guys during the week.